Have you ever experienced the moment when disaster strikes without warning? When the unthinkable suddenly becomes reality? In the early hours of April 15, 1912, more than 1,500 people faced this moment as the unsinkable Titanic slipped beneath the freezing North Atlantic waters. At 2:20 a.m., the greatest ship of its kind, the pinnacle of human engineering and luxury, disappeared beneath the waves. The disaster unfolded in just 2 hours and 40 minutes after striking an iceberg, barely enough time to comprehend what was happening, let alone prepare for it. The screams of the drowning floating across the water were the most terrifying sound human ears could hear, recalled survivor Eva Hart, who was just 7 years old that night. The band played on. The lights stayed bright until the very end. For the world awakening to the news on April 15th, it seemed impossible. The Titanic had been declared practically unsinkable by shipbuilding journals. The vessel represented the height of technological achievement and human confidence in conquering nature. The disaster revealed something else too, a stark class divide that determined who would live and who would die. First-class male passengers had a 34% survival rate. Third-class men, only 16%. First-class women had a 97% chance of survival, while third-class women faced odds of just 46%. The Titanic disaster solidified the maritime code of women and children first, though in practice, it was often first-class women and children first. The ship carried enough lifeboats for only half its passengers, a decision made because the extra boats were considered unnecessary on an unsinkable ship. When you look at these haunting images today, you're seeing more than just a shipwreck. You're seeing a monument to human overconfidence, to the belief that our technology had finally conquered nature itself. The tragedy fundamentally changed maritime safety. Within a year, new international laws required ships to carry enough lifeboats for all passengers, maintain 24-hour radio communications, and establish the International Ice Patrol to monitor iceberg dangers. What's often forgotten is how the Titanic disaster unfolded alongside another major historical transformation. The sinking occurred during the twilight of the Gilded Age, just before World War I would forever transform the social order that Titanic's strict class divisions represented. Among the dead was John Jacob Astor IV, one of the world's richest men. Isidor Straus, owner of Macy's department store, refused a lifeboat seat, staying aboard with his wife Ida, who said, "Where you go, I go." Meanwhile, immigrant families in third class fought through maze-like corridors, many unable to reach the lifeboats in time. In Titanic's final hours, wireless operator Jack Phillips stayed at his post, sending distress signals until water reached the radio room. His final message was simply, "Come quick." Engine room flooded up to the boilers. As dawn broke on April 15th, only 705 survivors huddled aboard the rescue ship Carpathia. They had witnessed both the worst and best of humanity, deadly class prejudice alongside extraordinary acts of sacrifice and courage. The Titanic didn't just sink on April 15, 1912. A certain type of confidence in technology and social order sank with it. The disaster reminds us that nature remains unpredictable, that safety regulations matter, and that human decisions can have life or death consequences. Has there been a historical disaster that particularly moved or fascinated you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't miss tomorrow's video, where we'll explore another pivotal moment that changed how we think about human capabilities and limitations. These stories aren't just about what happened, they're about understanding our relationship with technology, nature, and each other. If this glimpse into one of history's most famous tragedies has moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe to History Sparks for more stories that illuminate the events that shaped our world.